In today's video, we are doing Princess That Bustier blouse. It's padded. They're doing padded Princess That Bustier. And what's the measurements we need? We need the bust. The bust for this my client is 48, and our breast point is 12.5. Then we need under bust. Our under bust is 40. Our under bust line is 40. Our under bust line is 16. Then we also need the waist, which is the half length of the blouse. Our waist is 43, and the standard waist length is 18. I'm going to add half-inch allowance. Okay, how do we start? Remember, you rule your line. You rule your guiding line, your line that will guide you. You rule this side, and we start. You take your shoulder. Our shoulder is 16 divided by 2. We divide our shoulder by 2. Why our bust, our under bust and waist all divided by 4? We divide all this by 4. We divide this by 4. Why only shoulder? We divide by 2. Okay, let's get started. We measure out. Our shoulder is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 8. And I say we are adding half-inch allowance to attach to the main sleeve. That is 8.5. As you can see, it's 8.5. And you're going to drop your shoulder. You give what the shoulder slope. This dropping will give what the shoulder slope. This is standard for adults. 1 inch. After that, you take your armhole length. Your armhole length. Our one is 7. Our armhole length here is 7. Okay. Then we take our bust line. That is bust line, or bust point they call it. Our bust line is 12.5, as you can see. 12.5. All these are their vertical measurements. I'm going to still give us a video on measurements on the mannequin, using a mannequin. So this is vertical measurements. It stops at 12.5. Then the under bust. Our under bust is 16. Our under bust is 16. Our under bust is 16. While the standard measurement for the waist is 18. This half is the sewing allowance, because this particular measurement and this pattern I'm doing, I want to put peplum down it. So this is half length of the blouse, 18, and allowance is half inch. Done with the vertical measurements. Now I want to do the horizontal. These are vertical, that means straight, breast points, under bust line, and the waistline. That is vertical. While the horizontal measurement is the shoulder, we've taken that earlier, and now we come to the round bust. Our bust is 48. Our bust is 48. 48 divided by 4, that is 12. So you come into this place and measure 12. You can see I mark it. 12. Then our under bust is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. Our under bust is 10. I mark it here. Same thing to our waist. Our waist is 43. 43 divided by 4 is 10.75. 10.75 I have measured. So I'm going to join this line together. Before we join, we're going to do the armhole. The armhole measurements. You still roll your breast line. This is your breast circumference. We roll it, you take it up. So you come down to this place. Okay, because it is Princess That I'm giving it. You come to your armhole measurements. This is 7. Our armhole measurement is 7. and you take half of 7 is 3.5. Half of 7 is 3.5, and you take half inch upward because we are doing princess dart. So I'm going to start my princess dart from this side. So this armhole now we are going to curve. Either you use free hand or you use your ruler. Either free hand or your ruler. Before that, you come in here by half an inch. You come in here by half an inch because it's the front part we're sewing. If it's the back side, you don't need to come in. So you come to this side. I want to use my free hand and you connect. You can see how I connect it from this side. I'm using my free hand. I connect to this half inch I came inward, and I want to connect it back to the shoulder slope line. You can see what I did. That is the armhole. That is the armhole. At our shoulder, I want to give the slope. The measurement of our neck, I'm taking 6 is 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 3. And in the neck, there is V-neck shape, V-neck line on the neck. So I'm taking it to be 7, V-neck line. So I want to slope this shoulder, as you can see. I'm sloping it. That is the slope line. Then you give it half inch sewing allowance. That is to join the shoulder together. This allowance to join the shoulder together. If not, it will affect your measurement. So you have to give half inch allowance upward. So the neck, I said the neck is really long. The neck is V-neck. So you take it like this. So I'm going to cut this part out. Cut this part out. So that's that for that. Okay, so this other part will join it together after giving allowance. I'm going to give allowance. But let's come back to this place. We are doing princess dart. And to do princess dart, you need the breastband. That is the breastband. That is from the nipple to nipple. So people call it nipple to nipple. We call it breastband. And the standard measurement of breastband is the bust. Your bust divided by 4 minus 2. Breastband, breastband. Your bust divided by 4 minus 2 to get your breastband. Our own bust is 48 divided by 4. That is 12 minus 2. That is 10. So 10. Remember, this is unfold. Unfold on our clothes. We're still going to place this pattern on the fabric. The fabric will be unfold. So 10 divided by 2. That is 5. That is where we get this measurement. You can see this is 5. 5. 5. The line is 5. I join them together. Now we come to the underbust. Here is the underbust. At this underbust, I'm going to take 1.5 inch to the left, 1.5 inch to the right. So you can see what I'm doing. You do see what I'm doing, okay? You take it this way. And here too, here you can take 1 inch each. Or you take the same measurements, 1.5, 1.5. I want to take 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. So you come to your breast point. At your breast point, you take half inch downward. Half inch downward. We are going to connect this line to this half inch. I don't want to take it at the breast point. If you take it at the breast point, it's going to affect the measurement. There's going to be a contour at that point, and we don't want that. So I'm going to connect this together using my curve ruler. I will connect this point. As you can see, look at the draping will come down from this place. So you connect it like this to the breast point. You can see it is curving. Did you see? And you turn it other side also with your curve ruler, and you turn. Hope you can see clearly. You can see it clearly. Then this one, you join it. You join it, but at this joining, you're going to curve it a little. Don't allow it to be too sharp. You curve it. It shouldn't be sharp. You curve it. It should not be sharp. I say I curve it a little. It's not sharp. So you've taken ½ inch down. You're going to take ½ inch up also. Take ½ inch up. So at this place, you connect it to the line we did here earlier, the line we drew here earlier, the ½ inch we take from our mid armhole. Whether you use your free hand, you can use your free hand. You see what I did? Okay, so I've cut this. So at this point also, you're going to give allowance in this place. You give 1½ or 2 inch allowance. Let's give 2 inch. The excesses, we can still cut it off. And you extend this your line here. Why are we giving this line? The purpose is, after we have cut this side and we join it together, so that this other side can be equal. If not, this one will be shorter than this. But with this now, it will be equal and there will be little excess that you're going to trim off. So after that, I'm going to join here. Then I will give allowance. So after the measurement, I'm going to add allowance. Now remember, we are cutting out this part. We are cutting out this part. We are cutting out this part. We cut it out. So this, we're going to measure what we are going to cut out. I'm cutting out 3 here. 3 here. I won't just cut it out. I have to replace it. So you come to the allowance. I'm replacing it. I took 3 out here. I'll replace it with 3 plus 2 inch sewing allowance, making 5. I'm going to have 5 inch allowance by this side. That is, I'm replacing the 3 inch I took out here and 2 inch sewing allowance. The same thing in this other side, 5 inch sewing allowance. At the bust, there's nothing taken out here, so you don't add the 3 inch, just add your 2 inch sewing allowance. And the same thing to your under bust, and you roll it. Ignore this cross I crossed here, and you roll it. So after that, we can cut out. I'm going to cut it out with your scissors, your paper scissors. You're going to cut it out with your paper scissors. So we'll start from the neck. I cut out the neck. Cut out the neck. Just follow the line. You can see. Cut out that. Then come back and you know I said we are cutting out this marked part. Start from this place. Be careful. You take it curve your end. Don't allow the edge to be sharp. You take it to this point here. Okay, like that, you can cut out this. Okay, so this is our front panel. That's the front panel. So you come here and cut the side panel. Just follow the line. Remember, this place was actually like this before at the initial armhole, but we have extended this. So you also extend your armhole to this side. You see what I did? So we don't need this again. If not, it's going to affect your armhole. Because we extend this, so you are also going to increase this a little and join it back to your armhole. Okay, so we are not done yet. I'm going to cut this out too. Cut it. And trim it, as you can see. This is what we're going to use to draft our princess padded bustier blouse. You can see this also the tricks to use in joining your Igbo blouse anything blouse that you want to pad, you fold the guideline. It's a guideline, I'm folding it in. So with this, you just look for your material and place it on your material. You cut them out. That is for the front part. So I'm going to do it for the back part. The back part, there's not much in it, but I'm still going to do it for us. It's the back side. You start from the shoulder. Like I said, always rule your guideline. You can see I rule my guideline to avoid any rough side, and I rule it on this side too. So the first step, take your shoulder. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2, that is 8, and I'm adding half inch to it, that is 8.5 for a shoulder. I divide it by 2 because it's horizontal measurements. While you drop it, make your shoulder slope, which is 1 inch. Shoulder slope 1 inch. So after that, come back to your starting point. This is starting point, we also call it. You take your vertical measurements now. Now we are taking our vertical measurements. The first measurement is our bust point is 12.5. Why our waist? I'm not taking under bust at the back. There's no breast at the back. I'm not putting any pad at the back, so I'm not taking under bust at the back. I only need the breast point and the half length of the blouse. A half length is 18, like I said earlier, 18, and I added half inch sewing allowance. You still come to this side. Take the same thing, 12.5 and 18, then half, 18.5. Then you join them together. You roll your line, your vertical line. You roll your vertical line. You roll your vertical line. So after that, armhole, a armhole is, I'm taking 7. The logic of this armhole is, after you drop down, as in you make a slope, just reduce that one from your shoulder length. That is 7. It's giving me 7. It's giving me 7. That is the logic. Or if you can go through and do, there's a measurement for it also, which is bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 plus 1.5. This is armhole measurement. You can follow this, or you do this to still give you the same thing. So I took 7. Then you still take your same 8.5 here. You take it here. 8.5. As we can see, that is my 8.5. Okay, that is that for that. So you still do your breast pan. Our breast pan we took is 10, right? 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Breast pan is 5. I think that's that. That is that. So our round measurements now, that is the horizontal measurements. I'm starting from bust. Our bust is 48 divided by 4. That is 12. That is 12. And I'm giving it 2 inch allowance. 2 inch allowance. Here, the round waist is 43 divided by 4. That is 10.7. 10.7. You give it 2 inch allowance. That is 2. Hope we are catching what I'm doing. It's very simple. So you roll your bust line, your round bust measurement. You take it up to this side, to the across chest line. This is across chest line. It's armhole line or across chest line also. So after that, when you roll your armhole length, you bend this place together, you join it together. You take the half measurements of your armhole length, which is 3.5, and you take half inch upward. 1/2 inch forward. So I want to construct. I'm not coming in here. Remember we came in and we are doing the front measurements. But at this place we are not coming in because it's the back. So you join this place together to form your armhole measurements. You just use your free hand measurements. You cannot use your free hands. You can use your curve ruler. You can use your curve ruler here. So you extend it to the sewing allowance and you rule your line. You connect the lines together, the dots together. As you can see, I'm done with that. Back to my neck. My neck, the width we took 6 divided by 2, that is 3. And the depth, I'm taking 1.5. You can take 1, 1.5, 2. Depends on the style you're doing. So I took my slope, I gave it 1/2 inch allowance, my shoulder slope, as you can see. Now, either you use curve in this place or you can also use your free hand. You connect here together here. You can see how I curve it. So we are cutting all this side, taking it off. So back to our breastband. Connect the breastband measurement, the dots. Connect it together. And you come to this place, you take your princess dart curve. Take your princess dart curve. As you can see it. Then at this edge here, you know the front I gave it 2 inch allowance. Here you can just leave 1 inch. 1.5. Just leave 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Bring it out with 1/2 inch. Why? Because there's no much. We didn't cut anything out here. We remove that one. Okay, we come back to this, to the waistline. We take 1/2 inch to the breast pan line. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. Then you connect it to the breast point line here. I'm going to cut this off. Okay, I didn't talk about zip allowance. This place, you start from this place if you are stitching. So I'm cutting out cut out the neck. Please, if you find this video useful, kindly give me thumbs up. Please subscribe and like the channel. And see what I'm doing. Let's see what I'm doing. Yeah, because I increase it a little, you also increase your armhole curve also a little. You can see what I did. You can see this is the initial measurement, so I increase it because of the joining. As we can see, by the time we join it now, because of the joining, so I increase this side also a little. So with this, you are free to go. You do your blouse, just place it on the fabric and you cut out the fabric, the lining, you cut them out. So this is our back, this is the side of our back, why this is the front, this is the front, and the front is this. So with this, we are good to go. Just like we did for the center pattern, also do it for the side. You bring it here. I said you measure 3.5 from here to this place, 3.5. While here you stop at the underbust line. Stop at the underbust line, 3.5, and you come to this place. You measure 4. The width 4. That means we are stopping at this place. 4. I didn't extend it. 4. So what you would do, you draft it. You cut it. Cut this out like this, and take it like this to form the 4. To meet the 4, then you bring it to join this place. See what I've done? This is what I've done. I've drafted this out already. You can see. Still on this same pattern. You can see. So it's stopping here at the underbust, and the 3.5 I measure. So after that, you are free to go. You iron it. You iron it to your lining or to your material. It depends on your choice and how you want it to be. Then the back pattern too, the same thing as the draft. The back pattern does not need any pad. You can use your wording so that it can be strong. So that's how we did, and there's still upper video is coming for the down part. As you can see, I've gummed the breast part to the front part of our princess tats. I've gummed it to the front part. I've ironed it. How do you gum this? You iron it. Remember earlier we cut it out, we traced it out, so I've ironed it. You can see. You can either iron it on your material or on the lining, but I choose to put mine on the material. So what we'll do now, you can see I've ironed it. We place it and stitch it together. We stitch it together. After we stitch it together, the same way we also stitch the lining together. Before we now join them together, we stitch it together. You make sure your breast points, always mark your breast points. Look at this place, I notch my breast points so as to know where to join it. This other side too, you notch the breast points and you arrange it and join it together. You're going to see the hearts come very soon. You can see this is a bustier. You can see how our breast is standing on it. This is a bustier. I put the breast shape like stuff inside to make it firm. That is how we should do. You can use your clothes to form a ball, or I think there's a ball they sell in the market soon. Just place it to form like the human being that is wearing it. So you measure all your measurements, just like we did to the skirt. You measure all your measurements, the allowance that remains, so you can know your allowance. Like this is the bust now. My client's bust is 48. This is by 2. This is not 4. 4 is when I fold it. But I just place it. This is by 2, down and up. So 48 divided by 2, that is 24. So I measure 24. I measure 24 from this place. By the time I measure it, I'm having like 2-inch extra. That means I will hold 2-inch extra, or 2-inch inside. Why is surplus like that? It's because I left enough allowance to avoid any mistake. So 2-inch in, 2-inch in. After that, you still remeasure it if it's accurate. If it's accurate, if there's too much of excesses, you can trim them up. So you measure everything. Measure the waist also. Then the shoulder, so you measure. Measure the shoulder. Then this side, you trim it up. You trim this side off. I will still show you how to trim this. I'll go to my machine and stitch the 2-inch allowance. After I stitch, I'll still bring it for us to see. Okay, as you can see, I've done everything. I've done the right thing. See how it's standing? I've done the right thing. And there's some little whatever I need to cut up. Look at these excesses. These excesses. How we get this is in the pattern. It's in the pattern before this. So I'm going to trim these excesses off. I'll trim it off. The same thing on this side. I'll trim it off. I think that's all. That's all. Then this one I'm going to attach the down parts and the peplum, then the sleeve.